Hi, I'm Mark Schrade of Mark for Success, and I want to share with you a self-assessment tool. The purpose of this assessment is to help identify if you or other team members might be that ideal team player or the right butt in the right seat. I'll describe the ideal team player later in this session. What is important to understand is that we set out on the journey is to realize we may or may not be that ideal team player at the moment, and that is quite all right. The good news is that through discovery, we will understand how to develop ourselves to become a much better team player to grow our team as a whole. Before we begin the assessment, it is important to understand the following. Okay? First, everyone possesses strength zones. Second, everyone possesses blind spots. Third, no one is perfect. It has been said you have to complete a task at least 10,000 times to become perfect. Good luck with that one. And then finally, this assessment is not intended to destroy another team member. It is designed to assist their growth as well as the growth of others. Therefore, I ask that you do your very best to remain objective when scoring the statements for yourself as well as others, and be honest. Put your feelings aside when assessing. Let's first determine the team you will be assessing. For this example, I coach a team that has 7 members, including myself. Please grow or minimize these numbers based upon the size of your team that you're assessing. So I will first distribute 7 self-assessment virtue evaluations, 1 to each of my members, including myself. I will then distribute 6 assessment of teammate virtue evaluations to each of the members of my team, including myself. Then I will ensure that each of the 7 members is assigned a specific number to their name. This will be posted. For example, George is number 1, Mark is number 2, Karen is number 3, and so forth. This number will be placed on your teammates' evaluations when you are scoring each of them. Then we will complete the self-assessment virtue evaluation. Total the scores for each section. When done, set it aside. Then complete the 6 teammate virtue evaluations. Be sure to identify them with the assigned number that we have given them. Total the scores for each section. When complete, on a table, place the numbered teammate virtue evaluations in stacks identified by each number. Have each team member retrieve their own stack. At this time, please pause the video and proceed with the aforementioned steps. Once you've completed each step, you may restart the video. Take your time when completing your assessment as well as those of your teammates. Remember, please be honest. So welcome back. Hopefully you now have your own self-assessment evaluation as well as 6 evaluations you have received from your teammates. So now it is time to understand what virtues we have assessed. In addition, we will understand the scoring model as it relates to the self-assessment and the teammates' assessments of you. The virtues that we have self-assessed and been assessed by others are the following in order of completion. The first virtue assessed is humble. This is modest without an excess of pride. The second virtue assessed is hunger, feeling a strong desire or need for something or to do something. The third virtue assessed is smart. We're not talking about intelligent smart or high IQ. In this example, a smart person is an educated person, someone with a lot of knowledge. This knowledge may come from education, experience, or a combination of both, which is very typical. Make sure you write in the virtue that has been assessed in each section of all of your evaluations. Let's move to the scoring for each section and what it means. If you scored anywhere from 28 to 30 in a section, this virtue is considered a strength that you exhibit. If you scored between 23 and 27, your score indicates a need for improvement within the virtue. And then finally, if you scored 22 or less, there's some serious room for improvement within the virtue. So now you're aware of the virtues as well as the scoring of the assessment. The assessment is best utilized as identifying how your scores measure against those that your team members scored. Then, reflecting upon the differences and why they might exist. You may share the information with others or simply keep it to yourself. It is your choice. My recommendation is that after you have carefully reflected upon the assessments, you reach out to members of your team to encourage a one-to-one honest discussion about the results. I believe that doing so will allow you to better reflect on the material and develop a plan to grow and develop yourself in areas you deem need improvement. This intentional step will allow you to grow and grow the team. Is that not what this is all about? So what is the ideal team player, or putting the right butt in the right seat? There is discussion that this person is an individual that exhibits high scores in each of the three virtues. So let's understand some of the combination of the virtues and what they may mean to you and your team. If you have none of the virtues, chances are you have little value to the team. If you have one of the virtues, you have room to grow and develop to add value to the team. If you combine two of the three virtues, you're a good contributor to the team with some room to grow. And then finally, three of the three virtues, you're the ideal team player. You can enhance contribution to the team by encouraging others to develop and grow themselves. So there are some combinations, and what do they look like? Well, first, humble. Humble only, also known as the pawn. They tend to be pleasant and kind-hearted, and they do not make waves. Hungry only, also known as the bulldozer. They focus on self-interest, they quickly destroy team environments, and they thrive on production-only teams. Smart only, also known as the charmer. Little interest in the long-term success of the team. Then we have the combination of humble, hungry, and not smart, also known as the accidental messmaker. They are the least dangerous. They tend to create interpersonal problems a lot for a team. Then we have the combination of humble, smart, and not hungry, also known as the lovable slacker. They do only what is asked. They exhibit limited passion, and they drag down the team performance. And then we have the final combination of two of three, which is hungry, smart, and not humble, also known as the skillful politician, and they tend to be the most destructible to a team. They're concerned about how they personally benefit, and they easily rise in teams where performance is rewarded. Finally, we come up with the hungry, humble, and smart, also known as that ideal team player. They exhibit little ego. They're comfortable sharing the accolades with others. They work with a sense of energy and passion, and they say and do the right things. My final thoughts? Obviously, this contains no analytical data. Sorry to those of you that are data-driven. I do believe it has significant merit in development of teams. Application of the principles will grow the team. No application has no value. You are a member of the team. I want you to ask yourself this question. What do you want the legacy of your team to be when others discuss it? Make it a great day, grow each other, and have fun.